I was laughing because you missed Ed's eyes go.
Yeah,
it was almost comic style.
So now we have, all of the molds ready for our vacuum former, so we can just kind of turn it on and have a full set of Mandalorian by an evening and ready for paint.
He says that after he spent 150 hours just on the base mold.
Yeah, but now that the molds are done, they're easy.
Yeah.
そう、僕はですね、割とコスプレするとき体型もすごく気にするんで、ワンピースのね、オートガス D エースとか、あとさっき話したゾーン00のベンテンとかって、体型が思いっきり出るんですよ。露出度がすごく高い印象ですよね。そういうキャラの場合は、トレーニングから肉体作りをするんで、やっぱり出すのに3ヶ月から、長い時で5ヶ月とか半年とかっていうスパンを見て計画していかないとなかなか出せなかったりします。
One more thing about the characters that Kaname likes to make is characters that rely more on his personal physical features. So, I mean, when it comes to Proteus DS from One Piece or Ben 10, these are characters that where you're going to see their chest, you're going to see some skin. So in order to prepare for those characters, that means that he has to do weight training, go to the gym, take care of his diet and stuff. So he'll be training months in advance, considering for that character. And I'm sure it's a year-long process. You can't just go and eat whatever you want all the time. Although I'm maybe I don't know. Maybe we can ask him what does he like to eat when he's not training.
じゃあトレーニングしてない時に何を食べるのが好きですか？
チキン。チキン。I'm chicken.
He likes to eat chicken.
バジルチキン。
Basil soaked chicken.
はい、トマトチキン。
Tomato and chicken. Anything chicken. You got chicken, he'll eat it.
I got beef. Can I have a question, please?
そんなこと言ってもお土産次増えちゃうじゃないですか。
No, so if I decide that I want to build a costume, most like Thorin and everything else, we were just kind of watching the movies and going, I bet you we could probably do this costume. Like we could probably come up with this. And then I kind of go and I Google everything, I look at them, and I see if there's anybody else that's done a really good one. Because if they've done a really, really good one, it satisfies my need to build it. And so I'm like, okay, good, I don't have to do that costume. That's a really good one. That's great, that's perfect. Or if there's one, like maybe I want a different spin on it or something like that. And then we do a bunch of research, we take a bunch of photos of it. I get any amount of photos that I can to recreate every little aspect, whether that's stopping the DVDs that we have, or if it's just Googling everything that we need, and kind of plan it out that way. Yeah, and then go and start sourcing materials, and then panic and run around for a while, the workshop, and yeah. Yeah.
Can I add to that?
Oh, and then there's ChinChin, who actually makes it work.
So we Google, seriously. Most of the time when we do a character, someone's already done some really excellent high-def screenshots. And thank goodness, because that's not where our skills lie. So when we're doing the research, we pick out details that are going to be the details that most people aren't going to notice. But they're the details that make us fall in love with the costume. We just did a little bit for a friend, and there are 5 rivets on one side and 9 rivets on the other. And those are the things that I look at immediately now when I see that costume. And so that's when we're like, all right, this is where we're gonna start on the project. And we usually choose kind of one of the background pieces to start. You know, if it was Kenway, for instance, we started with actually a middle layer of what are the shapes of the vest. So the shirt, usually really easy. What's the vest like? You know, that middle ground. And then we started tearing apart the outer vest. So pick somewhere in the middle, because if you start on the outside, you're going to want to change that by the time you finish everything on the inside. So to a certain extent, build from the inside out, and that's where we try. Sometimes it's the middle, never the outside.
But it's the little details that we really like, and it's the stuff that, like Jin was saying, the other stuff that people will sometimes miss, that we like to add that little bit of detail into everything that we do, just to make sure it's like right there, even if like to the point that people won't even see it. Like it's just there because we know it's there, and like it's buried deep inside a costume somewhere else, but we know that it's there. It's that motivation that keeps us running with the costume, and keeps us building it accurately for what we need. So just kind of picking an area to really focus in on, and then building out from there.
You had a question actually? You know that's it.
Well,
Okay,
hopping on the
come.
Hi.
Hello.
Hopping on the train of the theme of choosing a costume, what makes you choose a costume? For both cosplayers, we know we choose a cosplay that we like, but why do you like a person, a character in particular? Is it the looks? Is it the values of the character? Is it its psychology? What makes you decide that you want to cosplay one character in particular for both cosplayers?
Now we need translation for Kaname first.
I like to play to my character. The same thing that he was saying earlier is, I like to play to my physical features, and try to pick costumes that either I'm fully helmeted in or something that I can keep a beard and everything else in, because it's kind of weird to do. It's kind of hard to do, but I like playing with that idea. And then it depends about the character too. It's the act of the character itself, or something of whatever portrays to me as the character. Like the on-screen character or the in-game character or something like that I really like. I just try to choose what I think I can fit well, and something that's or details that I really like about it. Just whatever applies, whatever fits right here. That's kind of it.
Maybe Joshi-san saying, あとは僕は、そうですね、みんなが要さんはこれ絶対やらないだろうなっていうようなキャラクターや衣装をあえて選んで、それをやった時のみんなの驚く反応がすごく楽しみでやるっていう時もやっぱりあります。それともう一つは加えると、僕らやっぱり日本人って見た目やっぱり似てるので、自分のね男性レイヤーの友達と、キャラクター、その先のキャラクターを比べて誰がどのキャラクターやれば似合うだろうなっていうのをキャスティングしていって、自分が一番そこに誰もやりなそうなところとか、僕が多分やった方がいいだろうなっていうようなキャラクターっていうのを探し出してやったりする。で一緒にその作品のコスプレを楽しむっていうようなやり方もしたりします。
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, choosing the character because it's suitable for you is something that similar to what Jesse was talking about there, and he feels the same way on that point. On top of that, what he likes to try to do is do a character that nobody thinks he would do, just like, you know, just kind of throw a curveball and do something completely different. Is something that he enjoys. When he's working in it with a group of friends, everybody will sort of pick up certain characters and stuff, and he'll just leave it up to everybody else to choose the characters that they want to do or they like or that, and he'll do the character that nobody wants to do or people just think like, you know, who's going to do that? That's the character that Kaname will do.
Yeah.
Well, I know you two are a team and you work together and you do everything together, but I was just wondering for both of you, do you prefer like making a team cosplay group like, or you prefer being individual? Just wondering.
Yes, all of it, yes. I started out in the 500s at first, so I started out doing, you know, stormtrooper and charity work and that sort of thing. That really appeals to me. And then it spiraled out from there, and now we do historical reenactment, SCA stuff, you know, hang out with a lot of pirates, obviously. So I
Casual
always...
Sunday.
Yeah, casual Sunday, that sort of thing. I like the collaboration. I like being in a group, and I think having group costumes also help build. You know, it helps build the community, and it helps build, you know, your other customers. It helps build your friends and your skill set on things, because all of you, like everybody in this room, we can all come together, share ideas, and bring new ideas to the table that one of us may not have known. You know, so we can all improve that way. So I think it helps to do groups as well as challenge yourself to do the individual. So I don't really have a preference either way, but you know, I like them both for different reasons.
そうですね、僕はですね、交流自体が好きです、コスプレとは関係なくオフでね、男友達といろんなところ遊びたり温泉行ったりっていうのは割とするんですけど、実はコスプレでは合わせっていうのはあんまりやらないんですよ。っていうのがやっぱりみんな好き好きでそれぞれで作品のその世界観っていうのを出すのを頑張ってるんですけど、もともと僕がシャイで人との交流よりもものづくりだとかアニメ見たり漫画読んだりゲームやったりっていうのに従事してしまっているところもあるんですけど、まあそれ以上に結構マイペースなので人のペースに合わせてものを作ったりだとかっていうのがすごく苦手なので、そういうのも全部自分でマイペースにやりたいっていうタイプなので、ほとんど合わせ自体はしないです。でやっぱりその生地とかも一人で作るとみんなと生地感が違ったりするので難しいし、だからそうですね、まあ早く言えば一人でやってる方が結構気楽にコスプレ好きなペースでできるんで、そういうのはすごく好きでやってます。ただ本当は可愛い女の子ともっと合わせがしたいんですけど、シャイなのでなかなかそれができません。
I'm just going to ask him a question regarding his contents here.
でも団体でコスプレするのは、
あんまりしないです。
その合わせのところでこう使う気がで中でみんなあまりやらなさそうなキャラクターは自分で選ぶっていうのそういうふうには。
そう
大体団体で、コスプレするときってやっぱりさっき言ったように僕キャスティングで自分誰もやらなそうなキャラクターがあるんですけど、なんかね 日本って特殊なのか分かんないですけど、海外みたいにギャザリングって言ってみんなでわーって集まってコスプレすることってまずやらないんですよ。日本で好まれてるコスプレっていうのはカップリングプレイっていうんですかね、CP、カップリングプレイっていうんですけど、いわゆる例えば、アニメ系でいうところの伏見猿彦と八田美咲とか、あとは「進撃の巨人」でいうところのエレンとリヴァイとか、そういうキャラクターのカップリングで合わせをしたりするのがすごく好まれるんですね。だからまずそのカップリングが好みっていう時点で団体にはならないんですよ。だからそこに例えば何かのキャラで入っていったとしてもカップリングが成立しなければ一人がポツンとしてしまう、そういう文化があるのですごく難しいんです、団体コスプレ。
Okay, first of all, mixing with people and meeting people who enjoy cosplay is something that he really enjoys above all else. So having the opportunity to come out and meet everyone is a great pleasure. He is quite a shy person, so doing things with groups is something that he finds difficult. He prefers to do things on his own, and he likes to work at his own pace with things. If he's making a costume, he doesn't like having the pressure of, oh, you got to make it by this time or do it by this time. If you're working with other people, you want to make sure that the materials also is matching. You're not using different materials and stuff, and that's kind of it's just one added thing that you have to think about when you're making a costume. So there's a lot to working with a group of people. So he doesn't really work with groups a lot. I asked another question afterwards because he said that within a group of people, he'll do the character that nobody else wants to do. So I just pushed him on that point there, and he responded with a discussion about coupling, something that I'm sure people are familiar with, particularly with BL. Are you aware of BL? It's quite popular in Japan. Boys love. It's guys on guys slash. Yes. No homo.
Yes, homo. All of it.
Why?
Boys love, more like superhero sidekick partners?
Yes. I mean, it's the coupling of characters, and it's the energy between those two characters. And you have the superhero on Sidekick is another example of that. And he did bring up a couple of examples of them, with one of them being Attack on Titan. The characters Ellen and Eren and Levi are two characters within that. So when he's talking about choosing the character that the other person doesn't want to do, he was more thinking about that coupling scenario where it's working with another person. One person wants to be one person, and he'll be the other character. So when working in that sort of session, he does like working with other people. So a complicated response there, but I'll just leave it there, and maybe we can move on to the next question.
The white tie.
Well, it's kind of a preparation, preparing your cosplay, like to go on trip like Otakuthon. Like I came here and I was Makoto Shishio for the last 2 days, and I really thought I had everything since I like prepared everything in advance, and I realized I forgot the hair, so I had to use my own hair. So how do you both cosplayers react when you realize you missed there's missing pieces? Because you're up and you're like, oh shit, like you're in 2 hours and there's missing pieces, what do I do?
Censor.
I think you have some first-hand experience with this weekend.
Oh, me too. Okay, so what happened is that Kaname's one luggage was stuck in Calgary until like this morning. We got the luggage. We had all his makeup and contact lens. So as is liaison, I had to go with him in the